So I realize company leaders come in all shapes and sizes and colors and forms, and I'm gonna, for purposes of keeping this short, I'm going to bucket y'all into two categories. Leaders at a large company and leaders at a small company. So if you're a company leader at a large company, chances are you probably have an entire team of people who have been hired specifically to handle conflict on teams, to manage employee issues, employee relations, challenges. These are probably your HR people. Maybe you call them something different. Maybe they're your people, maybe they're your culture people, maybe they're your talent people, your talent team, maybe they're your culture club, whatever you call them. Likely, if you're at a large company, you have a big group of people or a group of people dedicated to working on these particular employee challenges specifically. But what happens when those people are too close to an issue? Relationships exist for really, really good reasons. And I talk a lot about bringing humanity into work, really connecting with people and taking time to build trust and relationships at work. I'm not saying not to do that, but what I am saying is that sometimes people who have been hired and are in roles to specifically deal with people issues at work or conflict issues are actually themselves too close to the company, the culture, and sometimes those particular individuals involved in the issue to view the situation as objectively as needed to get to the root cause and to solve it or resolve it as effectively as possible. So while many HR people have been trained to expertly handle situations with employees and human resources issues and challenges, they may not have the specific conflict management or mediation skills to really pinpoint a conflict early on in those critical stages of the process to help resolve or reconcile it in the most objective and effective way so that it doesn't turn into something bigger. As a company leader, something you can ask yourself is, have I taken the time to sit down with my HR team, understand how they manage conflicts inside the organization? Do I understand the process that they go through? If not, how can I learn about what that looks like? But also, have I equipped them with the skills to effectively and expertly manage conflict when it shows up in our organization? Company leaders at small companies, you may have just listened to that and thought, oh, how dreamy to have a whole team handling all of your HR issues. I'm the one wearing the HR hat, the CFO hat, all of the different hats in the organization. Kudos to you. It's a lot of work. However, something to consider is, are you too close to situations to view them objectively? As a company leader, you have lots more tied in to your small company and your team that may influence how you handle a particularly tense situation. If you feel like you can truly separate yourself emotionally and personally from a situation to view it objectively and to truly mediate between a couple of employees or a group of employees, that is amazing. Congrats. Hopefully you have spent some time developing those skills. If not, or if you find yourself in a situation where you keep running into the same issue or things don't feel like they are getting resolved to the level that you hope they would be resolved to, I think it's important to ask yourselves, what types of issues are my team coming to me with? Are we seeing the same issues show up again and again? Am I the best one to handle this situation, or do I need to bring someone else in from the outside or a different team member to really view this situation more objectively? It requires a great deal of self-awareness and understanding about how you manage conflict yourself, perhaps your own conflict management style. But it's incredibly important to be able to figure out whether you should actually be wearing that HR person hat or if there's some help you can call on to help resolve that conflict more objectively. We all like to think of ourselves as able and willing to handle difficult situations when they come up. And many of us are really good at it. But sometimes, because we're human beings, we are simply too close to an issue to view it as objectively as needed in order to resolve it. Our own lenses really prevent us sometimes from identifying truly the root cause of an issue or the real situation going on, and sometimes even to ask the questions to get to those answers. And so I would encourage you, do some self-reflection, ask yourself some of the questions that I presented in the previous few minutes, and sit down with your teams to talk about how you currently manage conflict at your company. And if you're even aware of your own conflict management style, so much of it starts right there with understanding how we as individuals manage and view conflict on our own.